Alright, welcome back. How cool was that? That was the engineer taking this on its first brake test. And I'm happy to say it passed with flying colours. He did pick me on one thing, and I'll tell you about that later in the video as I do a walk around, show the interior, how it's done, the back's all done. We're just waiting on the registration, and then this thing can hit the road. Also, another car has turned up over the holidays. I'll do a quick little intro on that. Some presents turned up, and also the Camaro came back. Last day of work, I got the Camaro back. It starts, it runs, it sounds amazing. I'll fire that up and I'll show you that too. So stick around, hope you enjoy it. Alright, so let's just do this walk around and show you some of the cool things that I love about this car. First of all, how original this is. Yeah, there's dents and there's character, but you know, this is original paint, original panels. I did make this for the customer because, well, every Aussie would know this. Used to be a coat hanger, not this one. People used to make coat hangers and bend in the shape of Australia. This is actually stainless TIG wire, so this will last forever, I hope. But as I said, let's go around and I'll show you the interior. So we just finished doing these dash pads. Now the owner, he works with timber, so he did all this timber work himself. I just had to fit it. The console, I made a timber buck that hugged the tunnel and just shaped it around the seat belts, all that kind of stuff. Originally had a B&M shifter in there, but for right-hand drive cars, they suck. Just the shifter handle just doesn't fit your hand right. It's meant for a right hand, but the left hand just doesn't fit. And they just, I don't like them, they vibrate too much and rattle. So I got the bang shifter in there. This fitted perfectly. We didn't even mean to make this fit, this to fit to this, but this fitted to this. So yeah, very happy. Just a place to put your phone and whatever. We've got USB charger here. Got the wipers, the lights. We needed to fill a hole, so I put the push button start because I think there was a choke there. But yeah, this has come up really nice. And in here, just a CD player. Well, it's not even a CD player, it's just a Bluetooth controller. Got two speakers up in there. Also, there's a vent in there for the aircon. There wasn't too many places to make vent holes and stuff. That I wanted to kind of keep it sort of original. The controllers are here, and there's some vents down here on the aircon unit itself. Painted the top part in black, and we left everything else patinaed. Headlining's all done. I still use the original bezel, which has got these little pit marks in it too, so kind of matches things. There's like some bit of clash with the old and the new. I think these are 67 Camaro seats that the owner picked up. In good condition. Didn't even need to trim them, so that fits nice. Obviously the carpet, I need to vacuum. But yeah, door trims. The owner is going to make some handles up out of timber too. So I found a set of original handles. I'm just going to give him, and he can do that. So coming around, yes, back's all done, timber's in. This is a big job to make. I had to make this board, and the owner took the board away, then he routed it out. And then I want to show you in here, because all the inside is being painted. This is why this car was such a big job to do, that I couldn't touch the outside. So I had to strip everything back out, clean it the best I could, then coat it. So So this is that Miracle paint coated in there that I can just get down there. Oh, I've already done it. Fish oil, cavity wax it. I'm just actually waiting on a breather to turn up. And yeah, I love this bit. It just shows the petrol stain. And another thing, this back is so cool. I love this dent in it. Would you believe that this, the tailgate, and the spare wheel door cover are actually off a different car? I couldn't believe it when he turned up. This actually had a blue tailgate on it, and it was terrible condition. It was falling apart, rusted, and he found another car with this tailgate in it, and it's perfect for it. And same with this. That's actually off a different car. And look, it opens. We only had one strap, but I think that adds to the character too. It's all been painted, fish oiled as best we can in there. The other cool thing about this is that the letters on both of the tailgates, the one that came with the car and this one, some had some letters, some had the other. But when I put them all out, it's spelled Holden, and I thought this is the perfect name for this car. Anyway, going around, and let's just see underneath. Everything's still the same. One thing I don't know if I did mention was the wipers, the washers. Sorry. I just made this little squirter, which is just a bit of brake hose that I managed to pinch in the center, and it's just makes a little fork. Made a little bracket that holds onto one of these screws, and then ran the hose up inside the guard underneath, up through underneath there. Every nut and bolt that I could get to, or everyone at the break or snap, or they were seized in there. Everything's been replaced with stainless, if I could get to them, and if they had them. Some bolts I couldn't replace with stainless because I didn't have the stainless bolts. So the original tags went back on. I just wanted to do a bit of a old with the new. And this is the brake. So if you have been watching since the start, I did a Willwood pedal box with the tandem master cylinders, and they're matched to the calipers on the front and the calipers on the back. So VL Commodore Turbo front and back discs and rotors, discs and calipers, and then I got them matched to the right bore size. No booster, so the pedal is a little bit hard, but we were getting the engineer showed us the report, and we were getting numbers. He said that were matching a new Mustang for the inertia of the stopping. Pedal was higher, obviously, because it doesn't have the booster, as I said, but as for braking, it was pulling up as good as a new Mustang. Okay, so now we'll just put this up and then continue this tour. All right, actually let's start at the back, because this is where we had the problem. When it pulled up for the brake test, the car was sitting lower at the back, and the engineer looked at it and says this thing's not going to pass because it's actually pushing, it's going to be pushing through the front brakes at an angle like that. So he did say we need to bring it up, and I was always going to bring it up. I was just waiting for it to get registered, and I was going to give it to the guys around the corner and they could reset the springs. However, I just did it. This was the last thing I did before we went on break. Pulled the springs out, had them reset, brought them up about 1.5 inches, almost 2 inches, and now it sits dead level. So it actually probably going to break even better now. The exhaust ends just before the diff. This is legal. It's got to be a certain distance past the last opening window, and we have that. One other little cool thing, which is the horn. I didn't paint it. All I did was unbolt it, clean it up. I did actually have to take it apart and clean the inside because it was probably full of water and dust and stuff like that. So I got it working again, but then I reassembled it just how it is. Left it alone. And it sounds awesome. I love the old horns. The last thing, I'm going to pull it off the hoist now, and the Camaro is going to go back on. Now I will start this up at the end of the video because I'm going to drive this onto the hoist. I'm just going to move a few cars around. But quickly I'll show you what's next. Yes, another bloody Camaro. 67. This is not a huge job. I don't want to do another huge job like the last one. Someone's done this patch panel on it, and it's, yeah, been ground too thin. You can see right through here. So I'm going to unpick this, put a flat firewall in, and just play with the tubs. Tubs need a bit of work. They've been widened, but they just haven't been finished properly. So it's not that big of a job. I'm just going to start on the front and then move on to the back, and then that can go. And this is one of the Christmas presents that turned up, are the wheels. These big 22s. Makes the brakes look tiny now. So you can see the difference, 20s and 22s. So I'm just going to chuck the rear ones on. You can see the height difference in the two now. So we've got 11s and 8.5s. And yeah. Also, there's a whole bunch of stuff I did in the last few weeks before closing up. Not that I closed up, I worked through on some other projects. Anyway, I think that's it for this week. It's been a long video, and let me start this thing up and you can hear it.